Brantford Kia, welcome to our live video series. Today we are going to take a look at the Kia K5. Now this one happens to be the GT model, but what we're going to do, and you saw it by the title, we're going to tell you about the things that other videos don't tell you about. And I'm going to be really honest. We've done this before on the Kia Telluride, and I didn't want to do it in the past because it's going to be a little bit tough to watch. It's not super entertaining. But we did about a month ago, and that video got tens of thousands of views. It seemed to be something that people had some questions about and went through. So we're going to do the same thing here on the Kia K5. We're going to show you details that your salespeople probably don't know about. We're going to show you details that are not shown in other videos, and we're going to show you details that even a lot of owners don't know about. So that's what's going on. We do these videos every single weekday live at 2 o'clock Eastern time. So you can join us, and we are kind of the channel that goes in depth to these things. If you're really looking at this car and you really want to know the details, this is the channel for you. We're going to not only try to answer those questions in this live video where you can ask questions, but if you're not watching live with us, we're going to continue to answer those questions in the comment section and continue to answer those questions in future videos. The fact that we can go live every single day and we have these videos in stock means we can bring them back in and go through your questions. So that's kind of what we do. And like I said, it's not going to be super entertaining, but we're definitely going to explain and go through a whole bunch of the features in this video. So there we go. If you're just joining us for the very first time and you're not live with us, feel free to skip ahead to the 3-minute mark. That's where we'll get going on the content of this video. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to join us live in case you're embedded somewhere and you just want to know how to do that. And also, we're going to cover a little bit of news. A lot of our regular people want to know where the Kia Carnival is, and I have information on that as well. So that's what's going on. Let me just flip the camera around here. I will show you how to join us. Right now, today, our channel is called Brantford Kia. We are going to change the name. So if you're watching this in the future and it's a different name, that's okay. We're going to bring in Hyundai products as well. We're going to be trying to be experts on Kia and Hyundai. And so that's where we're headed. So right now, search for Brantford Kia. You'll find something like that. Look for my face. We'll try to put my face in up here somewhere. And we'll make that part of the new image here. We're going to refresh the page exactly at 2 o'clock. Right now it's 2:01 Eastern time, and you're going to see our live video comes up here right there. There's a live tab. We're going to click that in there, and we're going to see an ad that I'm going to skip past. Yesterday we had some trolls. That's a lot of comments about that. Do me a favor, all of you regulars, if there are any trolls today, do not respond to them because that allows me to find them quicker and delete them quicker. When everybody's responding with stuff, I have to read every comment that's not car related. It makes it very difficult for me. So just do me a favor, don't respond to the trolls and I can find them and get rid of them very quickly. All right, 13 seconds left. Where's the Kia Carnival? Probably not gonna be till the first week of April, maybe a little bit beyond that. So there we go. That's all I know about the Carnival. I'm hoping to get the Kia Stinger, maybe even sooner than the Carnival. So as soon as the new Kia Stinger shows up, we will have it here on this channel. And like I said, I'm expecting that hopefully within days. So there's the business part. Let's get into the content of this video. All right, Kia K5. I want to start with showing something that some, auto reviews never show. And I'm going to be really clear here. I really appreciate all the test drive videos out there, the proper channels that do a really great job with those test drive videos. They are far more scenic than us, but we have an advantage here. We can really dig deep into things, and that's what we do. So we let other people do the test drive-y fluff stuff, and we do the details. Here's what the key looks like for the K5. Now you can see this is our newer style key. It has the easy to find lock button. It's right there up on the top there. So no problem, easy to find that. And you have the remote start button right there. So of course this car also has UVO intelligence. You can start this car, find it. You can do all kinds of things from your cell phone app. I can't show you that right this minute because I'm using my cell phone, but we'll do other videos on UVO intelligence as well. What we're gonna do right now is dive straight into the gauge cluster here, and I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of features and make sense of them. Just so that we know what's going on. Key is in my pocket. I never have to open it up. Just a real quick overview here. We've got the memory seats right there. Memory seats are right there. We've got the powered seat down here. This happens to be the GT, so this is the 2.5 liter turbo engine, 311 foot-pounds of torque. That's that big number that makes a big difference. All right, let's jump in here. Okay, so yes, people are saying they're smashing the like button. Let's set a goal today. Let's see if we can get to, should we only go 40 likes or should we go 50 likes? We'll set the goal low at 40 likes and then we'll go from there. See if we can get 40 likes today and we'll go from there. Price on this car, that's a good point. It's just about $40,000 Canadian. Just a little bit under that, $5 under that. I will double check that in a little bit. In our model here, we have the digital dash. Sometimes the American model does not have this. That is an advantage for the Canadian model, and don't be too swayed if you're seeing something that you don't see in the States, because a lot of what we're talking about you will see, and it's going to be over in this over here. So my people are telling me we need to go for 50 likes today. Okay, we can try. All right, one quick thing I want to show you that nobody else is showing you in this car. This is a very difficult thing to film, and that's why nobody shows it to you. I am going to try to adjust the camera to my hand, if I can do this correctly, because if you can see my hand in focus, then sometimes you can see a grid in the windshield. And today I parked the car in front of the bright windows, and that is not going to work for... Oh, you can kind of see it in the windows there. See the little grid lines there? Just in the windows, in the center line of the windows. Those little squiggly lines, those are actually in the windshield. It is a window defroster. You never have to scrape the windows on this car ever. There's also some flickering down there. That is not flickering in real life. It's just the way it interacts with the camera. That is a proper heads-up display displayed in the windshield. Like I said, it does not flicker in real life. We're going to show you some of the content that can be put in there. Really quickly down here, this digital dash as well. A lot of things to show you in here, but we'll just skip through a couple. Let me just zoom into the center. There we go. You can see some oil temperature, torque, turbo. You've seen all these in other videos. Nice, just full display screen here, 12.3-inch display. And there's your navigation if you have that. You also, of course, have these gauges change with the drive modes. We're going to show you how to change them separate from that. And there's one little piece down here. I just want to show you the content up here. You have your basically accumulated info there. You have your driver attention level. You also have your tire pressure monitors, which you drive display. And there's a select content. And what we're doing down here is basically selecting the contents, the heads-up display. We can turn on or off here. And driver assistance settings, which take us over to this screen over there. Oops. There we go. So this just came up. So let's just show you how we got to there, the other way to get there. Basically, this is your new home screen in this car. You have kind of a bit of a mapping system here, and you have temperature, time, driver 1, driver 2. You can switch drivers in this car. It's actually 3 drivers, driver 1, driver 2, and guest. When you switch the drivers, a whole bunch of things change, including the seat, the climate, and the way this is all set up. So if you have your favorite radio stations here, for one driver, it'll be totally different favorite radio stations for another driver if that's what you want. You can change the seats, all that kind of stuff. Do the cool sounds. Somebody's talking about the sounds of nature right there. No, I'm not going to do the cool sounds. I'll do them a little bit later. I have some other things to show you first. So where we got to that menu before that we were just showing you, I'm going to go to setup over here, and I'm going to go to the vehicle setup. Somebody says that's their favorite feature for the K5. It's not mine. So we talked about the heads-up display. This is not an accurate graphic because it varies a little bit based on what you have in your country. So the idea is the heads-up display can display all of this information, just the speed, which is what you see here, 100 kilometers an hour. This would be our speed limit signs. In Canada, they look like our true speed limit signs. This is some sort of a European thing, so they look different. You can also see the blind spot detection. So in addition to having that blind spot detection in the mirror right there, you also have it in the heads-up display if you want, which means you never end up signaling when there's someone in your lane or in your blind spot. You know, you can see without even having to do a shoulder check that they're there, which again, always do your shoulder checks, but you end up not trying to signal, not doing a shoulder check when you know that you don't need to. That's your cruise control information. We can talk about cruise control a little later. Display control, we're going to go through here. You can change the height, rotation, brightness, and more of your heads-up display. So rotation is sometimes because different people sit in different ways, and sometimes it looks a little bit uneven compared to the hood when you look out, so you can just change that rotation. Content selection is really what we were talking about here. I have in this car everything on. You may not have that in your car, so feel free to, if you have your heads-up display, if someone's played with your car before you got it, make sure all those checkboxes are on. You can always turn them off later, but you should at least see what you have there available. What I want to show you that's pretty cool in here, we're going to switch down to something totally different. We should do these in order, but we're not going to. I want to go to the cluster here. This is pretty cool. You can select the theme. Now, I've shown this before in this car. If I switch the drive mode, which I'll do right now, you can see I have normal, sport, sport plus, and custom. You can see there's the 3 different drive modes, or the couple different gauge there. So sport and normal. But what if I don't want to switch it to the drive mode? What if I prefer one over the other? Well, this is where it gets pretty cool. Instead of linking it to the drive mode, I can go through A, B, C, or D. I'm going to switch hands here. I put it on D. D is something I've never seen before until I started preparing for this video. So you can get a really unique look here. Your tachometer in digital, your speedometer in digital, but you get that kind of nice road trippy, you know, make you feel at home. And I think the camera underestimates how big this actually looks to you in person. It's this huge panel, and if you really want to show off this panel, that's kind of a cool way to do it. We're going to go with that's theme number D, or theme letter D. There's theme A, which is the standard. Theme B, which is the sport mode. Theme C, which is this mode here, sort of an eco type mode look there. And then there's D right there. So you can change this the way you want. So if you really like the sport gauges here all the time, just put them up. If you like the regular theme all the time, you can just put that up. I kind of think it's cool that you can do something like this. I don't think that's everybody's favorite, but I will tell you, when you look across the car and you're glancing in, there's some depth to that picture there. It's just a really clear screen, and it almost looks kind of 3D. It looks really cool. So again, may not be your style, but it's kind of a cool way to show off the car, and you can do that by just choosing the theme over there. Service interval as well. You can set the service interval. Maintenance minder just tells you. So if you've ever had an oil change sticker up here in the top left corner, and you find that the mechanic's writing is too messy, or the sticker falls off, or you fades out on you anyways, what you do is you just set this up. It'll tell you when to do the thing. Someone says pricey though. No, it's not pricey. This is a good value car. You get this price. All the features in this car are a lot less expensive than similar features in the Sorento. Content selection. This is interesting too. In the cluster, you can have different things. Wiper and lights displays. What that means is I change the wiper in here. I'm going to keep it on this display for a second. If I change the wiper, oh, it doesn't work in this one right now, probably because the car's off. It can tell you, hey, oh, I know why it didn't work, because I didn't set it to anything. So you can see there the front wiper is set to the auto now, or low or high on the right side. So we're going to turn that off. So that is what it's telling us with the wiper and lights display. But you can also set traffic signs, which is defaulted to off on this car. I'm going to turn that on so you'll be able to see some of those traffic signs displayed in your dash. Welcome sound in and out. Sounds pretty cool in this car. This is the GT. So this is the K5 GT. Somebody just asked what trim model was this. I'm going to go back to show you a couple of these other things in here. Let's go to, well, we'll go to driver assistance. We can just tell you what these are. Driving convenience right over here. We're going to click that. Highway driving assist and highway auto speed change. So we just did a video on highway drive assist. It's a Kia class. I put it up yesterday, 2 days ago. Yesterday, I believe. Highway driving assist. You can find out what that is by searching our channel for highway drive assist. Warning timing. This is driver assistance. You can set it for normal or late. Normal distance would be here. If you find that you are a tailgater, and let's be honest, that's why this goes off early. If you tailgate a little bit much, this may be beeping and annoying to you, and you can set it to beep a little later. Warning timing for the driver assistance. Same type of thing. It adjusts it high, medium, or low, just the volume, excuse me, warning volume. Driver attention warning, leading vehicle departure alert. What that does is if you're sitting here at a stoplight, the car ahead of you goes forward, you don't have to wait for the guy behind you to honk at you. You can actually get the car itself to go, hey, the vehicle in front of you left, and then you can find, oh yeah, I should just get moving. Why is that going to happen? Because you're staring at this beautiful screen instead of paying attention. Inattentive driving warning, same idea. It tells you to take a break. Driver attention warning system, so you can turn those on and off as well in here. Forward safety, there's active assist. I want you guys to know what active assist means. Generally speaking, when you see an active assist button in here, what that does is it tells you that the car is capable of braking or steering itself. So active assist in the driver assistance in the forward safety is actively braking the car. The idea being in a situation like this, when you're not paying attention, the car is capable of stopping to avoid a collision. Now I say capable of stopping because it's designed to at least minimize a collision. It is designed to slow down and brake and that kind of thing. You can set it just to warning only. Hey, I don't want my car braking. It will wait till very, very, very late and jam on the brakes. If you just want the warning, you can set that there. But I do recommend keeping it in active assist. That is a safety feature you do not want turned off unless you know that you're turning it off. Lane safety, same idea. Assist, warning only, or off. You can see automatically adjust the steering wheel to help keep the vehicle in the lane. So this is, it will automatically steer the car for you. If you just want a warning, like lane departure warning, that's what they used to call it, then you can set to warning only. But lane keep assist, lane follow assist will actively steer the car to keep it centered in the lane. So active assist, anything with active assist is what you want. You can see blind spot safety, it's already set to active assist as well. Safe exit assist, what that is if I'm parked on the side of the road, like this guy is right here, and a car is coming up in that lane beside me, the safe exit assist, oops, I just turned it off. Safe exit assist, what it does, actually, let's read it. Assists occupants in safely exiting the vehicle by detecting traffic in the blind spot and providing a warning. In other words, if a car is coming up beside you, it will give a warning. and it will actually assist. It'll lock the child lock door. So you want that safe exit assist, so that way nobody gets out into traffic if there's a car zipping by them. Active assist here is in the blind spot safety. So that is if you're driving forward, excuse me for the outside lights turned off in this room. But if you're driving forward and you go to signal my lane change, so I'm signaling this way and I'm going to my lane change, maybe there's someone else just pulling into the lane at the same time. You saw the open lane, but now it's not open. The car will actively steer back into your lane. It'll actively steer away. Now, I always get asked the question, and it's a very valid question. What if I want to steer into that lane? Well, the active steering is easy to steer past. It kind of feels like you're just driving over a ripple in the road. So it kind of nudges you back, pushes you back. But if you want to steer past it, you just grab the wheel, pull it past. It's not hard to do. So you can crash if you want, but it's designed to keep you from crashing in that way. Somebody says, can't wait for me to compare this to the Sonata. Yeah, neither can I. I'm looking forward to doing that. Parking safety, same thing. We're looking for active assist and it's already on. So this is when I'm backing up. Rear cross traffic safety. So rear cross traffic with active safety means it sees vehicles. So when we throw this car in reverse right now, it sees traffic behind me. But what if I can't see someone coming down this lane? What happens is, as you're driving in here, as you're backing up and someone's coming this way, it will warn you actively that someone's coming. So you get the beeping noise, but you will also, in the active safety, the car has the ability to stop itself to prevent that. So that's that active assist. So anything you see with active assist, I want you to keep that active assist on unless you have a really great reason to turn it off, because they're going to actively avoid getting in collisions for you, and that's going to save you a whole bunch of hassle. Drive modes here, let's just click through them. There's a custom drive mode in this car. So drive mode alert change, basically when you change the drive modes, it shows in this screen what drive mode you're in. But the custom setting is pretty cool because what you can do, first of all, I should also clarify, battery discharge warning just means that the battery is being used in this car even though the engine's not running. So it just gives you a little warning, no big deal for our video here. Powertrain. You can set your powertrain. So this is that active, the custom drive mode. When you set to the custom drive mode, you can set the power to normal or Sport Plus. So your custom drive mode could be Sport Plus, for instance, in the powertrain, but the steering could be set to normal or Sport. And then, of course, the stability control there could also be set to normal or Sport. So you could get the Sport Plus feeling, but not turn off the stability control, for instance, and set it into the normal setting there. So that's just kind of a nice way to customize this drivetrain, make it kind of cool for this particular car. Climate is one I really like in here. Recirculates the air, automatic ventilation, defrog and defrost oven. So recirculating the air, basically when you turn on the washer fluid. So think about this. When you spray the washer fluid on the windshield here, what this car can do is shut off the exterior vents so you don't smell that alcohol smell in the car. It's just a super good feature. It's something you don't even think about, but it's set up to do that right now. It'll recirculate the air. It'll cut out that outside air for a while the washer fluid is in use. Automatic ventilation, it'll auto dehumidify if it gets a little bit humid in here. You have that auto dehumidify, and defog, defrost options, auto defog, same idea. It will the windows start fogging up, it'll just automatically defog itself, which is super, super helpful. Should we go to lights? Let's go to door. No, what do I want to do? I want to go to the seat section for a second. We'll cut through a few more of these. Seat change alert. I'm going to turn that on for a second, just so you can see exactly what it does. I'm now going to adjust my seat. See what I'm moving? You can see exactly which piece I'm moving there. Now I'm going to raise it up. Now I'm doing it up. Now I'm going to put this part back. You can see I'm putting it back, putting it forward. So you can just get a sense of what you're doing exactly. If you want to sort of see which button I'm pushing, if you want to exactly sort of know what you're doing, you can tilt just the front up, just the front down. You can see, or just the back up, the whole body, and just the front up and the back. So all kinds of things. Sometimes it's hard to know exactly what you're touching. Excuse me. So that tells you right on the screen what you're doing. And if you don't want your guests to know that you're getting more comfortable or stealing the rear seat space, you could turn that off and leave it off. We'll leave it on for the next owner of this. Can you set your seat number by the driver account? Yes. So the driver 1, driver 2, or guest does set the seat in this K5. It also sets your screen here to what you want. It also sets the climate control to what you want. So if your other driver likes to sit there and go, okay, I want mine at 21 degrees and you like to be at 23 degrees. Oh, hold on one second here. There we go. My watch was on Siri. So you can set the climate as well. So if you're somebody who always wants a car warmer than your co-driver, then you can do that. It's set there as well. Rear seat heating control. This is one I really like. I think they should put this in more cars. So the rear seats in this car are heated, but what I like about it is you can go there. to your friend's house in the middle of the winter and say, oh yeah, we're picking up, you know, him and her, whoever they are, and whoever you're picking up, what you can do is you can turn on their seat heater to full blast, and maybe they're in the back seat and they don't know how to adjust the seat heating themselves, and they're just putting the window up and down. So you can turn it on here, and maybe there's a level 1 here, level 2 there. And what that does is the rear seat heat turns on here. So you can turn it on before you've picked them up. You can turn it on or off after you've picked them up, and they don't have to find the buttons, but also just a nice way to sort of heat things up and down. So I'm gonna turn those off so I don't forget that and have warm rear seats there. But that's kind of a cool rear seat control. Easy seating access. You see this kind of messes with me on all my videos. I like to compare the rear seat space in a lot of my videos. When you turn this car off right now, it's going to slide the rear seat back some distance. So it's going to move, it's going to slide the driver's seat back some distance, which makes it easier to get in and out. If you're really short and this is set to extended, you may have trouble, if you share the car with someone, what you do is you may have trouble if it's in the extended, reaching the brake pedal to hit the start pedal. So you can turn this on or off, or normal or extended right in there. So we're just gonna let that battery discharge warning go away again. There we go. We'll go back. So that's kind of a cool thing there. Convenience, why don't we show you a couple convenience items. Rear seat occupant alert. Every time you turn off the car, it's gonna be, hey, check your rear seats. Welcome and mirror lights. Basically, you can set the mirrors to fold in when the door unlocks. I like to do it on approach. So what this does is, as I approach the vehicle, where am I? Can I show that? Yeah, this housing, the mirror housing, will fold in. So as I approach the vehicle, it will fold out. So normally it's just set by default. You can see there in the screen just to do that on the lock button. I think it's kind of cool when you walk up to your vehicle and it folds out, which is a pretty cool thing in there. And enable on door unlock is the other option. Wireless charging system. If your wireless charge system isn't working, and I'll show you where it is on this car. Let's just turn the interior lights on here. In this car, your wireless phone system charges right in there, and it's charging. If this light's not coming on, one of a couple things is going on. One of the doors is open in the car, because sometimes for whatever reason it doesn't work with the door open, or you have this checkbox right there that's not on. So that's the wireless charging system. Auto vehicle shut off. Right now it's not happening, but sometimes in the gauges here you see a countdown from 30 minutes, and what you see is the auto vehicle shut off can be set to 30 minutes. It can also be set to 60 minutes, or it can be off. So what that means is if you leave the vehicle running, you're not in it, or just as I'm sitting in it right now, the whole vehicle can turn itself off, whether that's just in the on mode like right now, or if it's actually engine running. So we're 22 minutes in. We're gonna keep going, guys. We did set a goal of about 40 likes. There's 36 people on here today. If you wanna do me a favor, hit that like button right now. That would help me get to at least 40 likes. 35 of you are on. If you all hit the like button, we're gonna go past that 40 likes, no problem. It really helps me out. Let's keep going back here. I'll just show you a couple other things. We did the cluster, we did this, we'll do the door. So the door, one of the things I like is it automatically shifts from park when you enable the gear shift, essentially. The one thing that I like to change is the 2-press unlock. So when you have 2-press unlock, what that means is if you hit your key fob to unlock all the doors, you have to go unlock and unlock to unlock all the doors. When you just touch the door once, you unlock it once. Let me just show you on the outside of the vehicle as well. What it does is, if I approach the vehicle and tap this button right here once, just the driver's door unlocks. If I double tap it, all the doors unlock. Now on my personal car, I have it set so just one button does the whole thing. So you can just tap it and one button does the whole thing. So do me a favor, regulars, if I see people saying stuff about me, I don't think you should worry about that. We'll deal with them in a bit, and just do me a favor and don't comment on them. So there we go. Can I see the back? The back seat, is that what you're asking? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me just get rid of that as well. Okay. Okay, just had to get rid of a couple people there. Thanks, regulars, for not commenting on those. Makes it easier to find. Okay, jumping back in here. Just had a few people adding interesting comments, so we got rid of them. Okay, jumping back in, we're gonna go to the lights. This is a nice one too. Headlight delay. So what that does when you turn the car off, it leaves the headlights on. There's also a high beam assist. What that means is when I'm driving at night and I turn on my high beams, what it does is, see that auto setting right there? it leaves it in auto. So the high beams are not actually on right now. You can see the high beams are on now and off. What it does is it's looking for the street lights, other cars. If you're in street lights, it will not turn your high beams on. If you see cars in front, it will not turn your high beams on. But as soon as they're clear, it can turn your high beams on. So that's what that high beam assist checkbox is. I do recommend leaving that high beam assist light on because that gives you automatic high beams. It works really, really well. I was driving Tesla recently. They don't turn off in town, which is the law. So they turn off when they see street lights on the Kias, which is kind of cool. Climate is another thing. We did the climate thing. So we did that. Drive mode, driver assistance, heads up display. I think we showed you all of the things. Maybe I'll just show you the heads up. No, we just showed you the heads up display. So that is the basics there. What I'll do real quick, what trim is this? This is the K5 GT. This is the top of the line K5. This one happens to have the more powerful engine. But many of these features are in a lot of the K5s. This one's easier to show you because it has all of the features there. So I'm going to just take questions really quickly here, and we'll see how that, if you have anything to say, and I'll be happy to show you. There's a lot of more things I could show you, but we kind of just went through the technology. Like I said, just a real quick recap. We did this on the Kia Telluride, and I get that they're not the most entertaining video, but it had like tens of thousands of views in less than a month. So I thought that might be helpful. When will we get Apple CarPlay wireless? Okay, that's a great question. So yeah, like I said, I'm doing this video because we did it on Telluride, and I feel like maybe it'll be something you guys like as well. K5 does not have wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. So I was going to show some of this. There's so much more I could show, and maybe we'll just dive in here and just keep going. Let's just keep going through here, guys, even though I didn't take your questions. So this car has, whoops, come on. Got to wait for the screen to come up a little bit here. There we go. So wireless, it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. In the 8-inch screen of the K5, it's wireless from the start. You get it wireless today. In the 10.25-inch screen, you do not get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to start. I have been assured that this car will have wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay in a future software update. And everybody keeps asking me when, and I keep asking when. The reality is there's no date determined on that yet. So it is coming to this car. If you bought a K5 with a 10.25-inch screen, just because it doesn't work yet, it will work. There will be a future software update, but the 8-inch screen, it already works. Now, I like to leave myself voice memos through the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but you can also leave voice memos right here. So we're gonna do that for the future owner right now, and we're gonna leave them a little message just to show them. Hello there, new owner of the Kia K5 GT. Congratulations on your new purchase. I just want you to know that if you have any questions, you can give us a call at Brantford Kia. The phone number is 519-304-6542. Thanks for purchasing your new K5. So what you have here is the voice memo is saved, and you can listen to it right here. Hello there, new owner of the Kia K5 GT. But we're not going to listen to that anymore. And if you need to delete it, we could sit there and we could delete it right there, which we're going to leave it there for the new owner. But you can leave those things like voice memos in this car. You've got 128 megabytes of space, which isn't a ton, but it's plenty for voice memos. HD radio data is pretty cool. You can do things like traffic, Doppler radar, fuel prices. So we'll just do Doppler radar. It's a beautiful sunny day. There's not a cloud in the sky, which you can see. Okay, there is a cloud in the sky now. But obviously there's no rain in the sky anywhere in this area. And okay, so there's some rain east of Toronto. But you can see there. So you have all kinds of features here that a lot of people don't know about. Traffic information. We can see where there's some collisions or construction in the area. So we've got construction over here. Not sure why that's closed. Just tells it's closed. So lots of stuff going on there. We'll come over here. We'll check out fuel prices in the area. And you can set your favorite fuel stations here. You can sit there and see, okay, the Esso close by is maybe a little less expensive than the Husky up the road, so we're going to go there. But if you have your favorite fuel station, or if you want to search by premium fuel, you can do those kind of things as well. There's actually a couple ways to get weather in this car, one of which is the UVO subscription. If we hit UVO right here, whoops, come on. I'm doing this all left-handed, guys. I can hit the weather here. It won't work right now because I haven't got the UVO account activated, but you can find multiple ways to see the weather. So pretty cool. Is the K5 the same as the Stinger? Different car, but a lot of the same technology. We'll have the Stinger here in a little while. Sounds of Nature, somebody asked to see that earlier. I will show that later, but there's lots of stuff in here. Will it sell under MSRP due to late arrival? We don't sell anything over MSRP here at Brantford Kia. So, you know, there are certain cars that are in high demand and we're going to sell them at MSRP, but everything else, we're always willing to be reasonable. We're always willing to be competitive, but we do not sell over MSRP here. So I know that's a common thing for some people. It's not us. What does Sport do compared to what does Sport Plus do to compare to Sport? Essentially turns off the traction control, but not the stability control. I could show you the any parking assistance package. Yes, that is included in this car. I could show you the launch control in this car. I don't think I'll do that right now just because I'm not sure what's lined up in front of us, but maybe we'll do that in a future video as well. Launch control, we'll do that in the Stinger for sure. That's coming this week. So we've got a Stinger coming very soon. Somebody seen a couple Carnivals in the States? Yes, just not here. Does it have power folding mirrors? It absolutely does, and they can power fold. Whoa, that was a white balance issue. They can power fold when you approach the car, which was what we just set it up to do. We can also do that. How do you use launch control? I have to turn the car on, but essentially what you do is you set the car to Sport Plus mode. I think maybe Sport mode, but Sport Plus mode. And then you hold down the traction control button, which on the here is right here. Hold down the traction control button for a couple seconds. Traction and stability control disabled. And then what you do is you make sure you're in open, wide, safe space. You hold your brake pedal firmly with your left foot as hard as you can, all the way to the floor, and you floor the gas pedal, and it'll rev to a certain level. On this car, unlike the Stinger, on this car, you can adjust the rev exactly where you want it to be, to whatever you need, and then you just release the brake pedal, and the car launches at the peak of traction. So you can do that in the Stinger. I'm not sure if the Stinger will have adjustable revs where you can do it like this car. Because it's front wheel drive, you can sort of adjust that based on the weight of the car. So that's pretty cool. We're going to do that sometime in this car or in the Stinger very soon. We'll probably do it in the Stinger, but with same idea in this car here. So again, you'll have to switch the drive modes to what you want, and that's how you do that. As far as I know, it only works in Sport Plus, but it might work in Sport as well. I've only tried it once on this car. I've done it many, many times on the Stinger, but of course I've had the Stinger at the track a couple times, so that's been helpful. So there's your basic rundown, guys. I'm going to go back to take the questions again. We got 3 likes away from the 40 likes that I set out here. If you want to do me a favor and hit that like button, it does help me out here. I do my best to give you the details, and if you found this helpful, we do this like every day. I just sometimes have to title them a little different to let people know that we do this. So if you really want to go into detail, let me know what's going on. If you want to know what's going on, then let me know that you want to do this. Show power folding mirrors. Oh, okay. Hold on. See the mirrors right there? So what I'm going to do right now is, oh, they're not over there. See the mirrors right there? I'm going to lock the car right now, and they're folding in. Now, the way I have it set up is I should just be able to approach the car with the key in my hand. So I'm just going to hold the key like that. I'm going to approach the car, and they will come out when I approach. Or they won't, because I haven't left the car locked long enough. You have to leave it for a little tiny bit. Smart Trunk is another feature we didn't talk about. Smart Trunk we'll talk about as well. So we can do that. And somebody says, what are we talking about, copyright? I'm not worried about copyright. Does the USA models have folding mirrors? Mine haven't folded yet. Basically, the way you tell if your car has folded mirrors, and it'll depend on the trim, is if your car has this button right here, or a button similar to that right above the mirror. On the K5, that's the button right there. Kind of hard to show, I apologize. But if it has that button, it will have folding mirrors. If it does not have that button, it will not. So the K5 GT in Canada, I believe, is the only one that has that. I don't think the GT line or the EX or LX have that. So there we go. I'm just going to look through questions here. Is Kia going to make a Stinger 2-door coupe? So we were talking about Stinger. I've already told our sales staff, I think we're going to see our last model of Kia Stinger this week or next week. I don't think there's going to be another model of Kia Stinger. And my theory is, and I have no inside information on this, but my theory is the next sports car from Kia will be an electric. And the reason I'm thinking that is because by the time you look at what our electrics are going to be priced at and the performance that you can get from an electric, I think what you're going to find out is that you're basically going to be in similar price class, and I think Kia wants to move to electrics. So that is my guess on the next sports car from Kia. The Stinger is probably our last gasoline sports car. That's my guess. I don't have any confirmation on that at all, but that's my guess. Which one's faster, Stinger or K5? Definitely Stinger. Stinger's got more power, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive in Canada here. It's faster. I've driven the Stinger on the track. This car is very powerful, very peppy, very good passing power, but it's not a Stinger. So there we go. Gonna go through your questions here. If there's anything I missed, if you've asked a question and I didn't answer it, ask it below right now. Just re-ask it again. I won't be offended, and I'll try to get to it. And if you're not watching live with us, feel free to leave comments in the comment section. I do my best to answer just about every comment. We get a lot, but I do my best. So there we go. Parking assistance being the car park on its own. No, this does not park on its own. That's the Smart Park system by Hyundai. We do not have that here in Canada on the Kia. What are we going through? I don't think I missed a whole lot, but I'll let you guys come in. People who live in apartments can't plug to charge electric cars. This is true, but I'm just telling you what I think as far as sports cars. I do not think Kia is going to come out with a second gasoline sports car. I think the next ones will be electric. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. So we're going to go and leave it right at that. Show the smart trunk. Is the smart trunk on? Okay. If the smart trunk is on, we need to waste about 45 seconds here, about a minute. What I did is I just locked the car right now. So it's locked. You have to leave the car. So when you leave the car, what you're going to do is, the idea being that you don't get out of the car, lock it, walk past the trunk, have the trunk open, and then you go to the grocery store. So now that I've locked it, I should be able to approach the back of the car. The key is in my pocket. I'm not going to touch the key. I'll keep my hand here. The other hand's on the camera. I'm not going to wave my feet under the car like some of our competitors, because when I'm standing on snow and ice and I've got a handful of babies or something else, baby gear, I don't want to be waving my foot underneath the car. I just want to stand behind the car. So when I stand behind the car, you're going to see the lights blink 5 times in 3 seconds, and then you're going to see the trunk open on its own. So again, just looking down here, no key in the pocket. There's your lights blinking 5 times in 3 seconds. Trunk pops on its own. Bingo. All I did was stand behind the vehicle. Now I can take all of my gear, set it in there, and when my hands are empty, then I just take them and shut the trunk. As soon as I shut the trunk, car's locked again, which is fine because the key's in my pocket, and I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to double tap there to get all the doors to unlock. So that's how the smart trunk works, and I think we're going to leave it like that. So there's a bunch of features you haven't seen in the other videos, a bunch of features your salespeople may not even know, and a bunch of people from that maybe some of your owners don't know. So there we go, giving you all the information I can. Thanks everybody for watching. We are back tomorrow. I'm really hoping to get the new Stinger here. I will not see the new Carnival until a week or 2 away still. Just confirmed that with Kia head office today. But I'm hoping to have the Stinger here as early as tomorrow. So stay tuned. If the Stinger's here, we'll do some launch control stuff. We'll have some fun. We'll show that car as well. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.